point us toward the treasure that we're seeking. But the road that points to the treasure also leads to deep potholes of disappointment. When it happens, it's a little different for everybody, but we know when we get there. That's when you start asking yourself those questions. You look at that person beside you, or your children, or your job, and you go, is that all there is? It's usually the beginning, the stirrings of the feelings that, I was made for more than this. Okay, there's three basic responses when you hit those potholes of disappointment. The first is to become a spectator, or also known as the turtle approach. That's when we begin to just kind of watch our lives rather than fully participate with everything in us, all of our heart and emotions. We stay busy, but we keep all the vital stuff inside, shoved down, like a turtle. We don't stop long enough to listen to our dreams. We don't dream because why would we want to be disappointed? We don't even allow ourselves to wonder what it would be like to plant a garden, take up watercolors, volunteer at a hospice, sing in a quartet, earn a master's degree, write a book. You tell yourself things like, oh, there's a time I couldn't possibly, why would I even entertain the thought? It only leads to disappointment. But even if you become a robot person, you can't completely kill your soul. And dreams and longings have a way of resurfacing. You flip through a magazine and you see an amazing garden and an unfamiliar emotion washes over you like, I'd like to do that. I could do that. A friend shows you a painting that he did and you feel pangs of jealousy. And you think, where did that feeling come from? I'm not a jealous person. But you start thinking, I could have done that. I should have done that. You're watching a movie that's set in Africa and a powerful yearning stirs in your soul to visit. And it starts a chain reaction of places flashing through your mind. Paris, San Francisco, Australia. But as you think of those places, you realize you can't even imagine yourself even going there, ever. And you tell yourself, these things are just never meant to be. I can't expect too much out of life. Because the spectator sees disappointment as something wrong with them. The second way people deal with potholes of disappointment is to become an evaluator. That's when they begin to critique and criticize their lives. These people rise above life and they judge the quality of everything. Well, they might look like they're participating, but they stay quite removed from any real experience. They operate like a critic. Sample and evaluate, sample and evaluate, sample and evaluate. You never ask a movie critic, you never ask a movie critic if they liked a movie. That would bring stern disapproval. If they don't like a movie, they evaluate it for its worth for the population. The goal is not to like a movie, evaluate it based on its merit and its potential to bring satisfaction. They know that satisfaction is something that they can't have, so they pick everything apart. They move in worlds of pleasure but find very little. They obtain things just to dismiss them. But even if you become a critical snob, you can't completely kill your soul. And dreams and longings have a way of resurfacing. Simple, unexpected things surprise you, like joy in the middle of a family reunion, and you think, where did that come from? These people don't understand me. And then a wild thought comes, like you maybe should sell the house and move out to the country, and you think, how could that ever satisfy me? See, even evaluators, they shed some tears, but they quickly criticize themselves. Stop crying and get over it. Get over to that new store, Home Depot, or whatever, to get that new line that's just come in. See, the evaluators see disappointment as something wrong with life. But even most of us become masters at killing our dreams one way or another. We blow out the flame before something or someone else does. But trying to sidestep disappointment will never bring satisfaction. And avoiding pain is not the same as embracing life. That's important, so I'm going to say it again. Avoiding pain is not the same as embracing life. What we need to do is become participators. Participators listen to their dreams. Why do I feel this desire to go back to school? Well, what do I really want? Maybe I could sell the house. Is it really that important to me? Participators recognize that pain and disappointment is a part of life, part of living in a broken world. You won't have everything you want, but that doesn't stop you from going after it. See, I believe God calls us not just to be preachers and singers and missionaries. God needs painters and bankers and florists and plumbers and piano players and cooks and nurses' aides and parents. He needs all those kind of people. Okay, now I want you to wake up for a minute. Turn to someone beside you and say either, I'm a participator. No, I'm sorry. I'm a spectator. I'm an evaluator. Or give them a cheesy grin and say, I'm always a participator. Take your pick. One of the three things. I'm an evaluator. I'm a spectator. Cheesy grin. I'm always a participator.
An evaluator. I don't know what I am. A little bit of both.
That's good. You guys really did it. All right.
You really did.
Okay. So what stops it? They're participators. Yes, apparently. Good observation.
All the spectators just watched everybody do it.
What stops us from listening to our longings?
Fear.
Hey, you guys are good.
That's your cousin.
She's a teacher. Fear of pain is a big one. Has anybody here ever had a kidney stone?
Oh yeah.
Migraine headache?
Oh yeah.
Heart labor? Heart labor?
Oh, yeah.
Hard labor.
You know, when you've got severe pain, when you've got extreme pain, when I've got extreme pain, if somebody told me that Drano would take it away, I'd probably drink it. Nobody wants to.
Take it away, all right. Take away your life.
Longings can be painful. Just to recognize that we want something that we can't have, that's painful. Examining our longings can be inconvenient, revealing, embarrassing. They can interrupt our lives with nagging persistence and keep us from feeling contented with what we have. We worry that our longings can be the assassins of our faith or betrayals of our loved ones. I want to run away from home. I want my kids to run away from home. I want to eat every cookie in the entire world. I want to be Miss America. I want to take a nap. I want to live on the beach. I want to write a best-selling book. I want cellulite-free thighs. I want a beautiful house. I want a soulmate friend. I want. We can be afraid of our longings. I'm a cookie person. We're afraid that if we say we want a cookie, that means we're going to eat 3 boxes and never stop.
It does. And milk.
It doesn't have to be that way. Stay with me, people. We're afraid that if we say we want more passion in our lives, then what we're really looking for is an affair. Or that we're afraid of that. We're afraid of that if we say we want more, listen to me. You started it.
See that old bitter.
You were talking about cookies and everybody was like, oh, cookies. Donuts.
We're afraid that if we say we want more passion in our lives, then what we're really looking for is an affair. Or that if we desire something like beauty, then we must not be Christian enough. We're afraid that if we confess our longings, we're bound to begin a pursuit of every single thing that will satisfy it. So instead of listening to them, identifying them, and try to see what they'll teach us, we just try to cut them off. Get back to work, face facts, just say. But longings are part of being alive. And I know what some of you are thinking, no, we have to die to ourselves. That's what the Christian life is about. It is. We do. It is a big part of what we do as Christians, but so many of us, especially women, they're ready to go right to the die part before they even know what self it is that they're dying to. God gave us longings. Longings call us to God. So today, right now, tonight, it's getting late, but I give you